Morning rock stars. Welcome to Sunday Morning Live Meds and Powwow Chats. I'm going to write this up on Instagram. Sunday Morning Live Meds and Powwow Chats. Great. Good morning everyone who's joining in. Bear with me. Oh my God. Cat John, come on mate. Hang on dudes, I'm trying to pin something. Oh my God. Now what did I do? Oh, there we go. Good morning Super Troopers. Welcome to Sunday Morning Live Meds and Powwow Chats with me and Bailey. He's very happy. He's been for his walk. Have you? Yeah, you good boy. How are you all doing? Please feel free to comment below how you are, how you have been managing, how you have been coping, how you are feeling, as it's always nice to sometimes share that and get it off your chest. So if you're just joining in now, this is Sunday Morning Live Meds and Powwow Chats. Welcome to everyone. What I want to bring to you today, feeling great. Fantastic, you're feeling great. What I want to bring to you today is an experience that I experienced this week, which many of you parents will have experienced, which was homeschooling. So my stepdaughter, she started, I've got two, but we split them up between houses. So she started homeschooling on Wednesday, and the school have been pretty great in scheduling them like a full day of school. But she was dropped off to our house, and Steve had gone off to move offices, and I was there with instructions on how to help her go live. And I could not for the fucking life of me understand the instructions. So I had half an hour to sort her out. I had half an hour to get her sorted, and was definitely getting worked up. I was getting frustrated, and I was calling Steve. I was calling my other stepdaughter at her house because she'd used it before. I was calling one of the daughter's mums as to how to get in, and no one really knew the answer. And I did a post about this. I shared a post about this the other day. What I want to share with you is what happened internally with my ego, and then how I dealt with my ego. Firstly, how my ego was then making me feel, and then how I was acting because of how I was feeling, and then what I then did to undo the mess that I was creating. So I couldn't get into the portal. I didn't know how to get into the portal, didn't know how to make her go live, didn't want her to be late, and was trying everyone where no one was giving me the direct answer. And this is what was going on inside of my head. What I'm about to share with you right now is something called ego clearing. What was going on inside of my head was, fuck you, Steve. This is your daughter, not my daughter. You should be fucking here. How the fuck do they not know what to do but have lumped me with this fucking shit? What if they don't get online? What if she doesn't get online and then you fucking crack it? Who's to fucking blame? You're to fucking blame. Fuck Corona. Fuck this. How am I going to get any work done throughout the day? You know, she's here all day. She's going to be asking me questions. I have stuff to do. I have clients to do. And this is what was going down inside of me egoically. And so I was feeling incredibly frustrated, incredibly victimized. I felt like I was the only person going through it. And for those of you who have experienced this in the last week, maybe you have felt the same. And maybe this is you can pick this up in another area of your life where you wanted to get something done and you couldn't. You met a block, you met resistance, and stuff was going down inside of your head, then making you feel a certain way. So I was feeling very fucking angry, very frustrated, and victimized. And so then I started to make this all mean lots of things. I was fucked off at Steve. I was fucked off at everyone. I was fucked off with coronavirus. And it was all about me. My ego was making it all about me. And so what I was making this mean was that I was incapable. I'm incapable of making this work. But I also made it mean no one's fucking here to support me. No one's fucking here to help me. So I started to think other people are selfish. Steve is selfish. His ex-wife is selfish. Why the fuck would you drop your kid off here when I don't fucking know what to do? And then I started catastrophizing everything. Oh, my energy was short. My energy was restrictive. My energy was harsh. And I knew I was in my ego. And there's little Mia just sitting there like, fucking don't say the wrong thing. Don't do the wrong thing. I could see what I was doing. I could see what I was projecting. Even when I rang up Steve, he's like, mate, calm down. I'm like, fucking if you were here, you'd feel the same fucking frustration, mate. So this was going down. I'm always going to be honest. I'm always going to be real. I wasn't yelling at my stepdaughter, but I was giving off frustration. And to that little girl, she probably would have been taking it personally because I know how egos work. We all take things personally. And then before it started, which we still didn't know how to get in, I just said, you know what? Whatever happens, we'll work this out. And I grabbed her and I said, I'm sorry for being a dick. I said, I just don't know what I'm doing. And I find it really frustrating when I don't know what I'm doing. And when I feel like no one's here to help me. I said, but I'm really sorry for bringing this vibe about. I know this is your first day of school. This is your first day of online schooling. And you know what? I haven't even asked you how you feel. So that, in that moment of reconciliation, of reconnecting back to my heart and to her, something happened before that where I realized I was creating a very fucking yuck reality. And I know that I'm the creator of everything in my life. And for those of you who know my work and who listen to my podcast or come and do coaching or have done my group trainings, you know you create everything. You are the creator of everything. Now, either you're creating from your ego or you're creating from your heart. And in that moment, I was creating from my ego. There was no fucking heart there. I had all my limiting beliefs filtering through reality. I had all my limiting stories filtering through reality, and I was projecting that onto reality. When in reality, like, who gives a fuck if you can log in that moment? In reality, like, pretty sure there's going to be a little sign that comes up, hey, join class, which is exactly what it was. I was just needing to know. But because I didn't know, I was making it all mean shit. No one's here to serve me. No one's here to help me. I'm fucking all alone in this. Everyone else out there in the world who has got fucking kids has got a supportive partner. Like, wow. I tell you, I was catastrophizing it. But as I said, in that moment, when I looked at her and I could see her just so still, I remember feeling like that when my dad would get angry, when my dad would get frustrated when I'd ask him to do things. I'd be like, don't fucking say anything to get anything wrong. And I thought, shit, I'm doing the same thing. And I know how that feels. No different to you would know how it feels when someone treated you like shit or they were bringing bad energy. I knew how that felt. And in that moment, that's when I dropped into my heart. And I chose to leave the camp of my ego and go back into my heart and hug her and say, I'm sorry, I haven't even asked you how you feel. And she was just like, I don't care. Which she didn't. She didn't care. So I'm sharing this with you because it's real, it's raw, it's relatable, it's happened this week, it's all linked in with the ego, and then it's linked in with following through or tapping into the heart of what it is at what you want. The heart of what it is at what I wanted was to support my stepdaughter in her first day of online schooling. That's what I truly wanted. To be supportive of her in her first day of schooling, because her life is turned upside down. But instead, my ego made it about me. My ego was making it about me of I won't have time to do my work. She's going to disrupt me. She's going to do this. She's going to do that. And she hadn't even done anything. I was projecting a false reality into the future when none of that happened. So I went from false end result, meaning false outcome, false creation, into re-engaging with the heart and making it right by softening, and really being there for how I wanted to be there, really showing up how I wanted to show up. And again, for those of you who are parents, this is good information for you to hear as we're going into a whole other week of online schooling. This is good for you to hear if you're not getting what you want right now. I also know, and people tell me, that there are a lot of relationships out there where traditional relationships of man and woman, the man is working from home, expecting the woman to do everything. The woman is like, oh my God, I didn't realize that this was my relationship, that I was in like a stock standard, male does this, woman does that. A lot of things are coming up for people right now during isolation. It doesn't have to be about kids. It can be if you live alone, what's coming up for you? What false realities are you creating? What false feelings are you creating? What false stories are you projecting into your reality? If you do have kids, then you will have other stuff go on. But this can happen across all boards of life, all areas of life, where your ego really morphs reality, takes you away from what it is you truly want. What it is you truly love to say, what it is you truly love to do, how you would like to show up, how you would love to experience. So just know that we all experience this. I experience it all the time. My ego's always going off all the time. But the better you know it, the better you can manage it. The better you understand it, the better you manage it. The better you can pull yourself out of a delusional state and reconnect back to your heart. Your ego is going to take a big bruise because of it. It's going to feel like a dick, and it's going to feel embarrassed for acting like a dick when you do pull out of the illusion. Sometimes that's why we stay stubborn, so we don't have to get out of the illusion. We don't have to get out of our delusional state. Because if we come out of that state, we can see we're acting like a fucking dick. Or that we weren't expressing what we wanted to express, or we weren't saying what we want to say. So if this is you, let today be your message that it's normal for your ego to show up the way it does. It's normal for your ego to play up. It's 100% normal. But what you do next will determine your level of mental tools, your level of mental upgrading, your level of coming back to your heart. And the more we come back to our heart, the more harmony we can have in our relationships, the more honest conversations we can have, the more love that we can create within our home, the more love we can create within ourselves. So let's take that into meditation today. Hopefully this is resonating for you. I can see comments that it seems to be. So let's take this into meditation today. The ego is normal to have. It'll show up in its ways. But what we do next is what will determine the life we really want to be in, the experience we really want to be experiencing or not. So when you're ready, wherever you are, if you are able to, please close down your eyes. Please close down your eyes. And together as a Sunday morning tribe, let's take a big breath in and then out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in and then out. just continue to breathe at a pace and rhythm that feels good for you. And just acknowledge now maybe a certain area of your life where your ego is showing up quite a bit. Maybe it's causing you to feel in ways you don't want to feel. Or it's creating chaos or drama or pain. Just for a moment, accept that that's what your ego is going to do. It's limited. It only knows what it knows. So just for this moment, accept that this is normal. It's bound to happen. Your ego is bound to show up and play out and play up. But however long you stay there will determine your level of suffering. Your time of suffering. And none of us here really want to suffer. And your egos may think you're powerless to change. The external conditions are too much. Too much. And with that limited thinking, it excuses your ego for acting the way you do. But deep down, somewhere inside of you, you know there is a better focus for you to focus on. A true end result you want to focus on. And in moments where your ego is playing up and you remember that true end result, you already begin to have choice. So what is the true end result you would love to be focusing on? And what action can you take to fulfill that? What true end result would you really love to be focusing on? And what action are you willing to take? Are you guided to take? To make it happen. Take a big breath in through your nose and then out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. And then out. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thanks for joining me, gang, for Sunday morning live meds and powwow chats. My true end result was to be there and to be present for my stepdaughters, and it is for this week coming. Am I going to fail? Probably. Am I going to fail forward? Fuck yeah. Because I know what I truly want. My false end result is to keep them out of my space. My true end result is to support them as they're going through their own difficult time. You will have your true end result for you and your action to take to follow up on that. Let me know how you go. Let me know how you go. And follow through, fail forward. You're going to fail. I fail all the fucking time. But I choose to fail forward and not give up. Anyway, gang, love you all. Have an ace day and an ace week ahead. And I will see you next Sunday. Peace be with you.